This is a Lickimat. It says entertain and reduce stress, anxiety, and boredom with a Lickimat. Tough series. This is intended for dogs, but I thought this could be interesting for the cats to slow down their crunchy eating, their dry cat food eating. And let's test it out and see how it works.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, Ditto, and Boo. The Lucky Ferals.
So I bought this specifically with Boo in mind because when the cats get their crunchies at night, which is just some dry cat food, they get about 2 tablespoons of dried cat food as a treat at night, sometimes less, sometimes a little bit more, depending on what they ate during the day. And Boo practically inhales his. He eats it so fast. All the cats eat theirs really fast. So I was wondering if something like this might be helpful to slow down their eating. You see how this Lickimat has all these little squares? I figured I can put one little piece of dried cat food in each square and then it would slow down his eating. So let's open this up. I'm gonna wash it and then I'm gonna put some crunchies on here for Boo and let's see how he eats with this. So I'm cleaning this and check this out. Can you see the symbols on top here? So here's a dog and there's a cat and they're both licking. So the packaging says nothing about cats at all, but there's a cat on here. So it should be intended for cats too. So here's what it looks like with the crunchies in it. I did not do the outside row. I just did like an 8x8 square or a 7x8 square. Let's go into Boo's room and let's see how he reacts to this. Hey Boo, you taking a nap? Would you like a treat? Want a snack? What do we have there, Boo? What is that? Is it crunchies? Is it going to be able to eat them? Looks like you got some. It's almost like a little game board. It's definitely slowing his eating down. And he's definitely licking to get the piece of food. It's kind of like a hunting box too, because he has to, go after each one. Do you think he will finish all of them or leave some? He might get tired after a while and be like, it's not worth it. They're all the same. So I wonder what he's smelling for. Oh, maybe he's smelling to see if any of them are different. So far, this is working really well. Sometimes Boo does not chew the food, he just swallows it whole. There's one more, Boo. There's one more. You got it. He got all of them. There you go, Boo. That was good. You're a smart boy. Did you like that? He ate that nice and slow. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wash that again, and then I'll fill it up, and I'll give it to Stella, and we'll see what Stella does. Good job, Boo. Good job, Boo. Hello, Stella. Would you like a snack? You want a snack? Simba wants a snack. They're going to share it. So Simba had an upset tummy earlier. He vomited his breakfast. So he's probably really hungry. And I did smell this when I was rinsing it off after Boo used it. I smelled it to see what it smells like. It has like a rubbery smell to it. Not really, really strong rubber, but like a slight rubber smell. So I can understand why the cats would, be smelling it first. It's something new and foreign. Simba's not even chewing them. He's swallowing them whole. See? You see what he's doing? So when Boo eats his food, he always licks his food. That's how Boo eats. He's missing some of his top teeth, so he always licks his food. More so than Stella and Simba, they kind of just tear into their food. They don't lick their food like Boo does, so this is a bit of a different experience for them. But it looks like it's working, like they're eating, and they're eating slower because they're not just gobbling their food down. They're being more specific with what they're doing. You had enough, Stella? This might be a good option for Simba and Splash when Stella and Boo get their touch feeders. So they have like crunchy feeders or dry cat food feeders that they have to manually press a lever or press a button in order to dispense food. And Simba and Splash don't like using those. They don't know how to use them. Stella and Boo are really good at those. So this might be a nice option to give Splash and Simba when Stella and Boo are using their touch feeders. There we go. All right, Simba ate them, and he ate them nice and slow. So hopefully he won't have an upset stomach from them. Good? Good, Simba? Simba says very good. He wants more, but he's not getting any more. We're just testing it, okay? Did you like that, Stella? Stella says it was a lot of work to get a little bit of food. What'd you think of it, Simba? Simba says he really liked it. He thought it was fun. Let's see about Splash. Okay, Splash is afraid of it. Eat that, Splash. This is what Splash did. He ate about half of them. So while Splash was eating, I was curious to see if these were being sold on Amazon, and they are. They're actually being sold for cats on Amazon. As you can see, there's a cat here on the packaging. It says Lickimat Tough Cat Heavy Duty Playdate Cat Slow Feeder Lickmat Boredom Anxiety Reducer for food, treats, yogurt, or peanut butter. Fun alternative to a slow feed cat bowl or dish. Turquoise. So it says the color's turquoise, the material is rubber, and the item dimensions are 7.87 inches by 0.47 inches by 7.87 inches. So I just went downstairs and I measured the one that Splash has, and yeah, those are the same dimensions. I also counted the squares going across, and the one downstairs has 10 squares going across, the same as this one. This one looks identical to the one that we have. The only difference is that the packaging that I bought said for dogs. This packaging says for cats. So you have to be a smart consumer when you're in a pet store, because some things for dogs are perfectly applicable for cats also, and that could be vice versa. So here they show the Lickimat with some wet food on it. To me, that looks more like dog food because of the big chunks of carrot and greens and stuff like that. I also found out that the top of it is not made out of silicone. It says food grade rubber, so that's why it had a little bit of a rubbery smell to it. No silicone, no BPA, no PVC, and no phthalates. I don't know how to pronounce that last word. But this shows the various items. So it ends up, we have the Playdate Tough. They have the Tough series because it has a solid back on it. So it's a chew-proof design. They can't chew through it. There's a Soother, which is a different texture or pattern on top. And then there's the Buddy, which again is a different texture or pattern. Then they have the regular Buddy, the regular Playdate, and the regular Soother. I'm assuming these are not rigid. What I like about the Playdate Tough is that it's rigid. It's like a plate. I could get 4 of those set up for the cats and then kind of stack them or balance them like you would, plates if you're a waitress or something, and then serve it to the cats. These look like they're more flexible, which would be messier for me, but they are cheaper. They're a little less than half the price of what I paid at the local pet store. Then it also looks like they have 2 that are shaped like fish, and then this one is called Slow-Mo, and this has a few different designs on it. So I'm really happy with the one that I have. I think what I'm going to do is get 3 more of the same one. So it says they're microwave safe, freezer safe. The one that I have is also dishwasher safe. It says good for gums and teeth, use as a food dish. This person says slows down my dumpster cat. Listen, my cat Ezra is a cat that shovels down food as quick as he can. He has enough health issues as it is and has to be on special kibble. When he would finish eating, he would then go steal food from his siblings. This plate has slowed him down enough to give the other cats and even the dog enough time to eat. I've ran it through the dishwasher and it's been chewed on. It survived and thrived. Definitely recommend. This one says slows down a fast eater. This mat works perfectly for my big red tabby who lived much of his life on the street. So he was so happy to get wet and dry food at my house. He would eat his food in 10 seconds, no kidding, then take every other cat's food. Sounds like Boo. So he is given his food on the lick mat separately from the other cats. Here's how he eats now. It takes him a good 45 minutes to eat now. Highly recommend. Now this one doesn't make any sense. It says very low quality, cat destroyed in less than 3 minutes, did not withstand 1 feed, very disappointed. I have no idea what they're talking about because, you saw it. It's really heavy duty. There's no way a cat's going to destroy it in less than 3 minutes. So after reading these reviews, I'm actually tempted to feed the cats some wet food on it, like their raw food, and see if it slows them down. Splash eats that so fast. Simba also. But I would have to wait until I get more of these. Right now I just have 1 and I just wanted to buy 1 to test it out. And right now they're being sold on Amazon for $14.99, which is about $3 cheaper than what they're being sold at my local pet store. and I'll put a link to these items on Amazon in the description below this video. This is not a paid sponsorship. I paid for the Lickimat myself, and I'm really just making this video for informational purposes and to be helpful to other cat owners and to other cats. The cats are having dinner on their new Lickimats. They're having homemade raw food, and Boo has some canned food mixed into his. And I split a squeeze up 4 ways as a topper, just to give them the idea that they have to lick the food. And there's a few crunchies on each plate also. Looks like Simba just picked out a piece of chicken. See what Simba did? So there's some chunks of meat in the homemade raw food, and that's what Simba just picked out. Notice how they have made their selection with regards to placement. It seems that this is the order they like eating in. It's actually very similar to the order that they ate in when they were living outside, when Splash and Simba were kittens, because Boo and Stella would eat opposite each other on the party platter, and Simba and Splash would eat in between them. Simba would eat in between Boo and Stella, and Splash would eat opposite him in between Stella and Boo. And this is the same exact order that they like to eat their crunchies in upstairs. Just eat your food. Eat your food. And it seems that this is slowing them down, because by now Splash would have, swallowed his food and ran upstairs. And it looks like he's still eating pretty fast. Splash is practically done already. But they've taken to these plates really quickly. And I gave them a little less dinner than they normally have. So I saved the rest of the raw food for their snack time later. So I'll give them like a little bit, maybe like 1/4 of the portion of raw that they normally get. So Splash ate his food. Stella's working on hers. So I'm glad she has an appetite, and I'm glad Simba has an appetite, because Simba threw up his breakfast and Stella really did not eat much breakfast at all. Is she gonna leave some food on her plate? And Simba's still working on his, so that's good. I'm glad it's slowing him down. They still eat pretty fast though. And Boo's eating his. He's not eating on the steps nearly as much as he was prior to these plates. What I have to do though with him is I just pick him up and I put him next to the plate. And he's been eating when I do that. Sometimes he doesn't finish it and I have to bring it upstairs and he'll eat it upstairs, the rest of it. But so far, the fact that he's eating any on these placemats is good. Now, Boo normally takes the longest to eat his food because he does lick it more so than the other cats do. But they did a good job. I know Simba's gonna go and try to clear off Stella's plate. So I did wash these before I gave them to the cats, and I did try these out earlier with squeeze ups for the cats, and they're not that difficult to wash these. I mean, they do take a little bit longer than just a regular plate because they have so many little crevices, but overall, they're not that much more difficult. They will be more time consuming, obviously, than paper plates, because when I give the cats paper plates, I just pick them up and throw them out. But if this will avoid some of the vomiting from the cats eating too much or too fast, then it's worth it. Right, Simba? Simba, did you enjoy your dinner? He said he enjoyed it. Boo hears something outside. I could hear my neighbors yelling. And also, there's been a lot of construction going on next door. They're totally renovating the house next door. And I wish they would just hurry up and finish it because it's been going on for quite some time now. They have a very small crew doing it. It's usually only like 2 people a day. Maybe it'll be 3 or 4 people a day. But it's been taking a really long time, and it's a lot of banging and power tools and noises, and the cats really don't like it. So anytime they hear something, they're kind of on alert. It's about 9:15 p.m. and tonight the cats are getting their crunchy snacks on these Lickimats. So here's what's going on. This is a little bit of homemade raw food that was left over from dinner. They're all getting, that's about 1 tablespoon each, except for Boo, he's getting some canned food. Then they're getting 4 Temptations treats that are left over from the 4th of July. They're getting 1 of the Stella and Chewy's freeze-dried cod nuggets. I split it in 2. And then they're just getting a few crunchies. So we'll see how they do with this. Okay, so here are the cats. Simba and Boo were a little bit confused when I put the first 2 plates down, but they figured it out. Splash is almost done with his already. Splash eats so fast. Okay, you finish it, Stella. You finish your food, Stella. Finish your food, Stella. Go ahead, Stella. Here. Nice crunchies. He's looking at Boo. Simba, you can finish them. You want to finish the crunchies? Splash is waiting for some more. He says he'll finish the crunchies. You want to finish them, Splash? Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.